Well, I remember it was literally a couple of days before our 17th birthday, and she just came bursting into my bedroom, crying, and I'm sorry, I'm going to probably get upset. She just came bursting in crying, and there was just this patch gone from her hair, and she's actually quite a sensitive girl, and she was hysterical. That's probably the only way to describe it. And then over a couple of days, bigger patches, and I've never seen my daughter as distraught ever in my life. So, of course, as a parent, you want to be strong for them, but it was absolutely such a shock. And when you see somebody you love so much being so devastated, it just rippled across everybody. And I think we all found it hard, and it was quite challenging as a parent, because you have to try and be strong for your child when inside your heart's breaking, to watch them experience something like that. Marnie, when she was going through school, she kind of struggled. She struggled with social anxiety. She struggled being in crowds. She just naturally found life quite difficult. Always lovely and bubbly at home, but we're all different at home, aren't we? And when this happened and I watched her fall apart, given the kind of child she was, I really thought the only way this is going to go for her is down. And I honestly can't tell you, this is the God's honest truth. I as much as what's happened to her is absolutely awful, and she still really, really struggles with it, I think it's made her a much stronger person. She's doing things now. The fact that she's doing this for the wonderful wig company, if you'd asked me would she have done something like this before the alopecia, I would have said not a cat in hell's chance. No way would Marnie do anything like this. So there's actually something about what's happened has made her stronger, it's made her brave, it's made her fierce. She's really going out of her comfort zone because she knows what it feels like, and she really wants to help other people. And I honestly don't think if it wasn't for Nicola and the wonderful wig company, Marnie would be in a completely different state now. And the confidence that this has given her, the bravery that she's got that she didn't have before, is off the charts. And it's all thanks to the work that Nicola and the wonderful wig company do. And of course Little Princess Trust, because that's where it all started. Brought us closer, I think, as a mother and daughter, because anybody with a teenage daughter will know that they can be very testing and trying, and all of that stuff just isn't important anymore. It's like it makes you really focus on what is important. And I think in terms of coping mechanisms, it's just the fact that it's really developed us as having a friendship, not just mother and daughter, which is we've always had a great relationship, but teenagers, you know what they're like. And I think the only thing that I think in relation to how we cope is with each other. We've got each other, we've got fabulous support through someone like Nicola, who knows exactly what she's doing and what other girls experience, and we get loads of advice and support from her. Well, anybody that's ever had a teenager will know emotional stress is a constant. I think the world as it is now with social media and the pressures on young people about how they look, how they dress, that exists anyway, and I think it's really tough for teenagers today. But when you've got a teenager who's already worried about that kind of thing, and then something like alopecia happens, and all of a sudden everything about how she saw herself as a person, her identity, who she saw herself as, she used to have beautiful long hair, it was like gone overnight. And I think she really struggled to come to terms with who she was as a person. And there was a point where she was just devastated for a long, long time, and then it began to grow back a little bit as well. Over the next, when it first happened, over about 2 to 3 months, there was some regrowth, and she was so excited because she thought that was it, it's just going to be okay again. But the way the cycle works, that between 3 and 4 months, the hair fell out again. So for a while, probably for the first year, we had a real tough cycle of every 3 to 4 months, Marnie building her hopes up and then it falling out again. And that really took it out on her emotionally every single time. It was like it happened again for the first time every single time. And even now, she's still a little bit like that, but she's getting better. But the last, about 3 months ago, for the first time, her eyebrows fell out as well. And so whilst she began to get used to the cycle of her hair a little bit more, that was once again, it like took us back to square one. She was absolutely devastated. And she was drawing them on, but it just didn't quite look the same. So she's had to kind of go through it in a different way all over again. And like any teenager, she gets really stressed about what she looks like. If she can't get her wig right that day, she won't go out the house. But then some other days, she's like out without the wig on, not giving a care about anybody and anything in the world. And then other days, it just gets her. So I would say the emotion is it's up and down constantly. And just like I said before, if she didn't have somewhere like the wonderful wig company to come to and have something to look forward to, honestly, every time she gets in, she knows she's going to get a new wig. It's like she was 5 again. It was a couple of days before Christmas. It lifts her so much, and then when she gets it, she's parading around everywhere in it. We're on those highs. So I think emotionally, it's a massive roller coaster. And whilst the lows are getting not as low, the highs are definitely getting better, thanks to this. But it is an absolute emotional roller coaster, and now she's worried, are the eyelashes going to fall out? What's going to happen next? Will the eyebrows fall out again? And I think she'll go through that a few times. I think she'll be up and down for a while before she gets used to it. But every single time she just gets that a little bit better, which is great. The advice I would give to other mothers or other parents would be to take the support that's on offer. What actually happened with us is because Marnie had a huge following on TikTok, and it took her a while when she first lost her hair to have the confidence to actually do TikToks without a hair, without a wig. But she got loads and loads of messages from other young girls in the exact same position, and somebody told her about the Little Princess Trust. And then I didn't know anything about it. Marnie just applied, which is something Marnie would never have done by herself. She would always come running to me to do everything for her. She applied herself, and the next thing we know, we are told we've got an appointment with one of the suppliers that the Little Princess Trust use, and that's the Wonderful Wig Company. And they put us in touch with Nicola here at the Wonderful Wig Company. And from that moment, everything changed, because Nicola has been amazing. She knows exactly what to do to help young people feel $1 million again. What she's done for Marnie, how Marnie has come on in her confidence is leaps and bounds, unbelievable, really unbelievable. So my advice to anybody going through something like this is engage with Nicola, engage with the Wonderful Wig Company, get the support that's on offer. Marnie was very fortunate. Her first wig was donated by the Little Princess Trust, and as I say, Wonderful Wig Company is the local supplier for the Princess Trust. Marnie was like, I mentioned it before, she was like a little kid. She was like at Christmas when she found out she was getting this wig, and she went on Nicola's website. She was looking on Facebook, look, this is the lady, we're going here, I'm going here to get my wig. And then we came for the appointment, and then, everything's changed for her since then. So the biggest advice I can give you is there is support available. There is an opportunity through the Little Princess Trust to get a real hair wig. And then we've got us, locally, to have Nicola and the Wonderful Wig Company, to have something like that locally that does what they do and does what they do for children like my daughter. That is what you've got to do. You've got to take advantage. We've got this on our doorstep for people that live around here, but I do know there are people all over the place who are seeing what Nicola and Wonderful Wig Company are doing. So obviously you can contact them and arrange consultations, and Nicola will sort you out no matter where you are. That's what you've got to do, because I'm telling you now, it will change the way your child feels, and there's not a better feeling in the world than that.